Hello. Most of you know who I am. I want to welcome everybody to the Welcome Spring concert. It's just exciting to know it's spring. And I brought friends. I brought 17? I hope you enjoy everything today. There's a lot of great music, just a lot of great music, and a lot of great people behind me, and I'm so thankful for them, and I'm thankful for all of you for coming. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Oh, does that remind you of like being in New Orleans on a spring day and maybe walking through a funeral? Because it's one of the most popular songs. And it's actually just a closer walk with thee. It comes from the Bible. Do you know what book? Anybody? What book in the Bible? There's only like 50 to choose from. It's not Genesis. What do you think it is? Just take a guess. Psalms. Good guess, Ron. No. It's from the New Testament, and it's named after a person. Great guesses. It's James. You're right. It's James. Chapter 4, verse 8. Come near to God, and he will come near to you. Pretty cool. That's something good to have at a funeral. I'm so glad that you could be with us today. We have two groups behind us. Oh, just a minute. Hello? Missed call. Oh, okay. Well, what that does is that reminds me, please turn your phones off. Yeah, okay. Because we don't want to interrupt our performers. What? That would be interesting. You could just play instead of having you play. Your phone could play. Yeah. All right. It was a good try. All right. We'll come back and I'm going to introduce the people in the group to you a little later. Next we have for you Irish Suite. It's arranged by Elliot Del Borgo. Okay. That was the Licorice Chicks playing the Irish Suite. There were 3 different songs that you heard: Carrie Dance, Lullaby, and the one at the end is the one we probably recognize, the Irish Washerwoman. Next, we have the Rivers and Brass playing for us. And the Licorice Chicks are all clarinets, but the brass players have different instruments. Let me get out of the way so we can introduce some of the instruments and the people that are playing. On the end, on our left end, we have Mark Wellman. He's playing French horn. Yeah, thank you for holding that up so we can see it. And then Brady Smith is playing a trombone. That is the slide. And you don't have to hold the tuba up. Isaiah, we can see the tuba. Isaiah not. Ryan Jewell is a trumpet player. And Jeff Iverson is a trumpet player. So they're going to play for us Mood Indigo. It's a classic jazz piece by Duke Ellington. Did I not say Isaiah Knott? I'm sorry, Isaiah. Isaiah Knott is our tuba player. Thank you. If any of you are interested in watching this concert again, you can do so online because it's being taped. So if you go to the church's website, you can probably access this concert all over again. None of you are going to fall asleep, but you can see it like encore. You can see it again. All right, the Licorice Chicks are going to play the next piece. It's called The Waters Wide. It's about a 300-year-old piece that has another name too, O Wally Wally. It's a Scottish folk tune. How many of you are fans of the Beatles? Oh, I saw your arm move. I saw it. Okay, so what's one of your favorite Beatles songs? What is it? Here Comes the Sun. We're not going to play that today. What's another one? Hey Jude. Ding, 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 ding. 10 points for you. They're going to play that. What's another one? Oh, I like Yellow Submarine. We're not today. No. Darn. So next we have a medley of 4 Beatles songs, and they'll be Yesterday, Penny Lane, Hard Day's Night, and Hey Jude. Something interesting about this piece, it's called Lennon-McCartney Suite, but Rivers and Brass is playing it today for you as a preview, but they're also going to play it on Monday night, May 4th, at Monroe County Community College Auditorium with the 100-piece community college band. So the band, I guess, will be accompanying them. You get to hear them here first. There you go. Lennon McCartney Suite. Thank you. I've introduced to you all the Rivers and Brass, but I didn't introduce you the Licorice Chicks. The name Licorice Chicks comes to us because clarinets are sometimes called licorice sticks, and they're all female, so Licorice Chicks. All right, I'm going to pass the microphone around and go to the other end to pick it up. I would like you slowly to tell us your name, and if you want, you can say where you're from. If you look on the back of your program, you can see where people are from, and for Rivers Brass, you can see like what they do in their real lives when they're not playing in church on Sunday.
My name is Lynn Wilson, and I live in Toledo, about 2 miles from here, so it's pretty close. I've been playing clarinet since I was in 5th grade, and I play in 2 other groups besides this one, so music keeps me very busy, and I am thankfully retired.
I am Sherry Schuster. I am from Toledo, and I have been playing clarinet since 4th grade. And I'm not happily retired, but I enjoy my job, and I'm a chef out at the Synovus Refinery.
I am Karen Haubert. I have been playing this very clarinet since I was in the 5th grade. You take good care of it. And I'm from Maumee, Ohio, and I do play in another group.
Hello, my name is Linda Rouillard, and I'm from Toledo. I am also happily retired, a former French teacher at the University of Toledo, and I also play violin in a group called Tango Gato.
I'm Luann Hennessy. I'm from Sylvania, Ohio. I am a retired medical technologist. I used to work in Toledo Hospital for a large number of years, and I also play in 2 other groups.
My name is April Thomas. I'm from Newport, Michigan. I'm a physical therapist assistant and a certified lymphedema therapist. I've been playing since 5th grade as well, and I do play in 2 other groups on the same instrument.
My name is Christina Swale, and I'm from Temperance, Michigan. I'm an elementary music teacher, and I recently took up the alto clarinet to join this group, but I've been playing the B-flat clarinet since 5th grade.
My name is Sister Paula Blevins. I'm with the Sisters of St. Francis from Sylvania, Ohio. I started learning the clarinet in the 7th grade. What else was I going to say? Oh, I'm retired, but retired from my paying job. Sisters do not retire. And probably the other retirees probably are telling you they're busier than they were when they were working. And as Luann, I worked 40 years as a microbiologist in one of our clinical labs down in Steubenville, Ohio, then moved back to the mother house. And I'm happy to be with this group of the Licorice Chicks.
I'm Beth Duvendak. I'm from Monroe, and like the others, I started in 5th grade, but after 9th grade, I did not play until 1982, when one day I was at a flea market, and I picked up a clarinet, and I told my husband about it. By the end of the day, he had talked me into buying it. Now, that's a long time to not play, and I'm still catching up. I missed all the college experience and regret it. But it's never too late, and I have enjoyed playing with this group since we started, and the Monroe County Community College Band, many of us are members of that, and Polish American Concert Band, and Emily and I play in a recorder concert. So I love tooting.
My name is Emily LaRue, and I'm also in the 5th grade club for starting. And I'm from Monroe, and I used to be a music teacher, but I sort of retired from that, and now I'm a treasurer of St. Paul's United Methodist Church in Monroe, and I'm also part of several groups.
Melissa Brown. I've been playing since the 5th grade.
That's it.
Oh, well, okay, you don't have to talk. I'll just ask you questions. Where are you from? No. She's resistant. Okay, well, thanks for sharing your name. All right, next, let's look what's next on our program. Oh, how many of you know, like if I say the Pink Panther, you know how that goes? Do-do, do-do, do-do. Right? It's really cool jazz. We're not playing that. But they are going to play a song by the same composer, Henry Mancini, and it's called The Baby Elephant Walk. And that's also a really cool song. If you listen, maybe if you close your eyes, you can see the little baby elephants plodding around. It's a fun piece. The Baby Elephant Walk by Henry Mancini. Next we have for you a mashup of two different songs. They're both almost 100 years old. One is Stormy Weather, written by Harold Arlen. He wrote all the music from The Wizard of Oz, like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And the other song is Stardust by Hoagy Carmichael. In the piece is called Dust Storm, a combination. Next, we have a combined piece for you that all of our musicians will play. It's the Lord's Prayer, and I think you'll probably recognize that this first version was written in 1935, and today you'll hear a version written for clarinets and brass that was arranged by the musicians Lynn Wilson, Denny Wilson, and Ryan Jewell, trumpet player. If you write a piece of music, you're called a composer. If you take somebody else's song and you make it your own, you're called an arranger. And I think if you credit it, you're allowed to do that. I don't know. Anyway, the next piece is called The Lone Arranger. It's an arrangement of a lot of pieces, like 25 different pieces. It's supposed to be fun. You hear little bits and snippets of it, 25 different little songs. And part of it's based on the theme from The Lone Ranger, which is, I think, the William Tell, yes. Who said that? 100 points for you. Very good. The Lone, by Rossini, The Lone Ranger. So our next piece from the Licorice Chicks, The Lone Arranger. Next we have Three Blind Mice, like a nursery rhyme. I've never heard it, so I'm going to interview. Tell us about this song.
Okay. This song's a little special. We put this together just to meet the theme here. The last song had 100 different tunes all crammed into one. This is one song played 43 different ways. This is a tuba feature. You'll hear our tuba playing a famous song dedicated to blind rodents. Here you go.
All right, thank you. We're going to stick with a nursery rhyme theme, and we'll go to the Licorice Chicks who will play for us the Incy Wincy Spider, or Itsy Bitsy Spider. This version is in a minor key, which will make it sound a little different. Minor is usually like a sad sound. And it was arranged for us by Kate Adjeratis. She's an Australian. The Incy Wincy Spider. Here's another, I've never heard this next piece. It's called Friend Like Me, Raucous and Fun. It sounds interesting. Tell us.
I'll tell you. You'll know this song from Disney and from Robin Williams singing in Aladdin. So Aladdin tune, this is our little quiet Disney ballad.
Before we do the next piece, I thought it would be interesting to show you the different kinds of clarinets we have. You heard our clarinetists saying most of them started in 5th grade. And in 5th grade, they start on a B flat like this, right? A regular B flat clarinet. Melissa, do you have the soprano? So Emily, hold your regular B flat up, and Melissa has a soprano. You can see it's still the same thing, but it's littler. And they come in different sizes. And I think, Christina, do you have an E flat? Is that called the E? Alto. And then we have April has a bass clarinet. And they all have the same fingerings, right? But because they're bigger, they make deeper sounds. And the littler ones make higher sounds. And so you get a really nice variety. And you heard that when they were playing Baby Elephant Walk. Well, you hear it in every song. But it was pronounced in that one. This next piece that they're going to play is called Hallelujah. And it'll have some nice resonant. It'll be another quiet song. Yes. I'll tell you later. Okay. So hallelujah in Hebrew means rejoice in praising God. And in this piece, it's composed to make you think through life's joys and pains, celebrations and sorrows. It's a beautiful piece written by Leonard Cohen, and this arrangement, again, is by Kate Ageradis, the Australian woman. we have come to the last piece. And the last piece is a combined piece that both groups will play for you. It's called Ruppeltanz. Its translation would be Dance of the Clowns, written by Mendelssohn for Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream, I think, that play. So Dance of the Clowns, Ruppeltanz, and this is our final number. Thank you for spending an hour of your day with us on this beautiful spring day. If you have any questions for any of our musicians, come on up and ask them. Have a good afternoon.
Oh, and don't forget, there are cookies galore in the Gutter Lounge, so go enjoy. Thank you all for coming.
All right, great. I was going to